special Saturday edition of the Deuces Wild Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente de esa mejor cerveza. No abate por no filter network. Miguelito San Dieguito, not with us today. Will the Thrill Clark, not with us today, but we know both of our boys are always with us in spirit. So we come on here each and every single morning, and we not only properly salute them, but we salute each and every one of you. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! Remember this, folks. When we are juiceful, we are useful. And when we are juiceless, we are fucking useless. Once again, happy Saturday. We usually don't do the Daily Hustle on Saturdays, but I just felt compelled. That was it. It was funny because I think a lot of times in life, and you have to ask yourself this, are we running the day or is the day running us? And ironically, this was a quote that I ran across this morning. And so because I ran across this quote, I'm like, man, I like that. And then I thought to myself, what am I going to do today? Now, the snow's outside. Got a pickleball game lined up in about 30 minutes from now. And have some friends in town. The Landrys are in town. You got the Gulls coming in town as well. Landrys are from Houston, Texas. They arrived late last night. But I got on the treadmill this morning as everyone's sleeping in. And I said, fuck it. I might as well, quote unquote, run the day. And running the day, if you ask me, really has to do with just doing what we want to do. Not always, but having a plan, having a structure. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, this is kind of what I want to be doing. This is my version of running the day. And so I wrote a daily hustle on running the day, and I could have saved it for Monday. Yada, yada, yada. I could stockpile these things, but I like shit to be in the moment. And I also knew that I was going to have some time because, once again, our friends had to go downtown Truckee. They're getting fitted for their skis. I'm going to come on here and be able to do a pod this morning as we're going to get into some of the latest MLB signings that I wanted to talk about as well. So here we go. Daily Hustle that just went out a short time ago. Buenos dias and welcome to a special Saturday Daily Hustle. Today is Saturday, December 28th, 2024. And in this date, in 1846, I mean, I love the typos. On this date in 1846, Iowa became the 29th state to join the USA. I had the opportunity to ride my bike across the great state of Iowa during the Let Them Play Try Across America, and can honestly say it was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Stop laughing. I'm not fucking with you. It is true. I was absolutely gorgeous. Daily Hustle quote of the day. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Daily Hustle translation. When I was in college at UCLA, my roommates and I used to screw around and chart our various activities throughout the day on a big whiteboard. This inevitably turned into a comical competition, and the result was 4 young go-hards pushing each other in the classroom, in the weight room, and at the baseball stadium. A standard day would look something like this. Byrnes. Wake up, 6 a.m., cold shower, run 1 mile, Yoxo weightlifting, Spanish discussion group, history lecture, sandbags launch, 100 swings before practice, baseball practice, 100 swings after practice, dinner, econ tutor, Maloney's pint night, bed. This list eventually became known as the Fuck It List and was a way for all of us to hold ourselves accountable to maximizing our efficiency, effectiveness, and overall success. A few years ago, I actually even wrote a book titled The F It List, Life Lessons from a Human Crash Test Dummy, paying tribute to my college roommates and that list. Look, I get it. Life is meant to be lived in the moment, and most of us have no desire to be a slave to a routine. That said, routines create habits. Habits create structure. Structure creates consistency, and consistency creates success. On that note, if we want to run the day as opposed to having the day run us, let us make sure we get our asses up, create our own daily fuck it list, and then go out and hard charge every single day. EB. All right, so yeah, there it is. Look, have a plan, have a routine. That routine creates structure. The structure creates consistency. That's everything. It's not always sexy. A lot of times it can be mundane, but it is the recipe and it is the formula for success. That's it. All right. So last night, just before going to bed, the Arizona Diamondbacks pulled a stunner and signed top free agent pitcher Corbin Burnes. 6 years, $210 million. Wow. My first thought on the Corbin Burnes signing to the Arizona Diamondbacks, what the fuck, man? Where were the San Francisco Giants? I'm shocked that they got outbid. Burnes, my brother from another mother, went to college in the Bay Area at St. Mary's. You gotta believe he would have been very comfortable pitching in San Francisco. I'm shocked this deal did not get done. They were said to be the front runners in the signing of Corbin Burnes, but apparently not, as he is headed to the desert to play for my former team. Now, good on the Arizona Diamondbacks, because they not only signed Corbin Burnes, they signed Josh Naylor. You got Corbin Carroll, who's an absolute beast. You got Ketel Marte. They're going to be legit. This is a team that went to the World Series just a year ago when they lost to the Rangers. And yeah, are they the Dodgers? Fuck no. They're not even close. But look out for the Snakes, and even more so, look out for the entire NL West. It is the best division in baseball, period. Dodgers in a class of their own. Then you got the San Diego Padres with all the superstars that they have. They have so many returning superstars that they haven't even really played in the free agent market. And then they are going to go after Roki Sasaki. They're 1,000% going to chase him. So beyond that, obviously, you have the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants, who are going to make waves. And let's not forget, the Giants just signed Willy Adames, so they just shelled out $180+ million. So I don't want to say that, money was the issue here. Corbin Burnes would have been my top priority over Adames for sure. He's elite of elite. I mean, he really is that good of a pitcher. He's a former Cy Young Award winner. Killed it with Baltimore last year. Milwaukee traded him to Baltimore because it was his free agent year. Just 30 years old. I would not be shocked to see this guy doing this for the next 10 years. So handing out a 6-year contract to a 30-year-old pitcher who's at the very top of his game, no issues. I mean, this is every bit like a Max Scherzer type guy, Justin Verlander, right? This is the creme de la creme, one of the best pitchers in the game of baseball right now. So huge, huge fucking sign by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay, here's the other one that kind of went unnoticed. I'll say unnoticed amongst the Burnes signing, but Teoscar Hernandez agrees to a 3-year, $66 million deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. It says Teoscar Hernandez wanted to stay with the Dodgers. The Dodgers wanted to keep Teoscar Hernandez as the sides grinded through weeks-long negotiation for the free agent outfielder this offseason. The truce never wavered. And on Friday, those desires finally came to fruition, with Hernandez agreeing to re-sign with the Dodgers on a 3-year, $66 million deal. According to multiple people who acknowledge the situation who weren't authorized to speak publicly, that will bring back one of the most popular, productive, and important players from last year's World Series team. The deal, which also includes a $15 million option for a 4th season, serves as the latest move in the Dodgers offseason as they try to defend their championship in 2025. Retaining Hernandez was one of the biggest tasks that the Dodgers faced the offseason. The 32-year-old slugger hit 272, 33 homers, and 99 RBIs, earning his second All-Star selection after signing a one-year, $23.5 million deal. This is interesting because this is an under-market deal. He's not getting paid what he deserves. It's just not. This is a $25 million a year player. I mean, last year, even on the one-year deal, 23.5, you got to figure 270 with 33 and 100 ought to at least keep you there and give you a little bit of a raise. So say he's a $25 million guy. This should be $75 million guaranteed at the minimum for Teoscar Hernandez. Well, no. He signs for 66, and I think it's like $23 million of that is deferred. But this is the blessing of the Los Angeles Dodgers right now, is that you got to understand, the Dodgers are the most sought-after team to play for. So the only thing I think that would matter to Teoscar Hernandez really was just making sure he was going to get the playing time. So good on Teoscar Hernandez. I got to believe he took a bit of a pay cut to stay with the Dodgers, but why wouldn't you? What other team would you want to fucking play with? The only thing that's scary about them is that if for whatever reason you slip up, they'll get somebody else in there really quickly to go ahead and fill your shoes. But when you're guaranteed just about $70 million and you've been as productive as Teoscar Hernandez has been, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Okay, the Tigers signed Gleyber Torres. We talked about that yesterday. They are still pursuing Alex Bregman. Now, what does Willy Adames' deal mean for Bregman? I got to believe he's going to get the same amount of money. Now, Bregman was said to have been seeking $200 million as Adames got $185. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think the Yankees are now out of the running of that competition, apparently. The Mets could have a very good chance in signing Alex Bregman. So I won't be shocked if that happened. And the Astros have moved on. It's kind of sad. That would have been a guy, if I were the Houston Astros, that I lock up for good. You keep Altuve, you keep Bregman, and then all your other pieces are interchangeable. So we'll see if he ends up with the Tigers, who he obviously was connected with A.J. Hinch, and they made the runs that they did in Houston. But now they could reunite in Detroit. I got to believe the Mets have the inside track. With bringing in Soto, you bring in Bregman. Yeah, this could be something special happening in Queens. David Cavall, by the way, the president of the Oakland A's, another thing I want to touch on briefly, has resigned. Interesting timing. He worked really hard in getting the deal done with Las Vegas. You think you'd want to see it through, but I guess not, right? He got the team out of Oakland and into Sacramento for now, and then eventually Las Vegas, allegedly, in 3 or 4 years from now. I think the reviews on him, if you ask A's fans, are not going to be good. He was someone who was out of the forefront. He was someone that we had an opportunity to meet with No Filter Network as we were trying to do some things with the A's in the early going of what we had going on, just trying to create more live interactive streams and other ways to engage with fans. I mean, he's so forward thinking. So really a smart guy. And I just think he was in a tough spot. Tough spot dealing with the city of Oakland. Tough spot dealing with the A's fans. Tough spot with the team and the personnel and the payroll and everything else. So he is no longer going to be with the team, and wish him best of luck going forward. Okay, the last thing here. Oh, 2 more things. This one's fascinating. So the world's best chess player stormed out of a tournament over a pair of pants. That's right. It says the pinnacle of chess has weathered its fair share of controversies in recent years, including cheating dust-up, geopolitical tension, and players' bizarre complaints about creaky floors. But this week, the list gained its strangest entry yet. Chess now has a pants controversy. The biggest fashion faux pas this side of the Met Gala unfolded in Lower Manhattan on Friday when five-time world champion Magnus Carlsen arrived at the upscale Cipriani Wall Street, home of this year's World Rapid Chess Championship, wearing something organizers considered utterly inappropriate. He was sporting a pair of jeans. To FIDE, that's FIDE, the game's world governing body, this was an unacceptable as moving a pawn 3 spaces. Denim, FIDE said, is explicitly prohibited under long-standing regulations for this event and promptly fined Carlsen, one of the greatest chess players of all time, $200 for his infraction. When the chief arbitrator requested that Carlsen change his clothes, he declined to do so. And as a result, the 34-year-old grandmaster from Norway was assigned a match in the following wasn't assigned a match in the following round. It was chess's equivalent of a one-game suspension. Carlsen responded by quitting the tournament altogether. What the fuck, man? Oh, it's too good. And then he pulled out of the World Blitz Chess Championship as well. At that point, this is a quote, it became a bit of a matter of principle for me. Good job, Carlsen. He said in an interview on his Take chess platform, quote, I'm too old at this point to care too much. I mean, he's 34. 34. All right. Well, I like a man who stands for his principles. I get it. I think sometimes you just fucking say, fucking who cares? And you change the pants. I mean, is it that big of a deal? Magnus? I don't know. Good for you, though. And then lastly, a real sad story right here. I didn't even know he was dealing with this. But Greg Gumbel, longtime CBS sports broadcaster, dies at the age of 78 after a long fight with cancer. Double sky point to Greg Gumbel. He was terrific. Of all the NC2A tournaments that he did, it was just that soothing voice that he had. It just, right? It's the nostalgia. He was a part of so many people's lives and sports fans like myself who certainly appreciate the great commentators. He certainly was one of the best. So, all right, that's it. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. I'd say we're back at you Monday, but I don't know. I might be back on here tomorrow for a special Sunday Daily Hustle edition. Just keep firing, folks. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, if you do us a favor, leave a review, 5 stars if you're feeling generous. We'd appreciate that. It certainly helps. All right. See ya.